Want a really good job? Then pay close attention to this special announcement. PSG Vans is now hiring over-the-road truck drivers. We offer good pay, excellent benefits, and company-sponsored training.
I was on a dead-end job that I didn't even like. But now that I've come to PST Vans, I'm free to see the country. And you know what? They're paying me good to do it.
To find out how you can come to work for us, call this number right now.
Dixie Speedway, home of the champions, and what a race we've got here tonight. Look real quickly at this. Bill Fry on lap 61 has now taken the lead over Scott Bloomquist, who led every other single lap so far in this race. Jimmy Mosteller right after that, of course, the B4 car of Jack Boggs, who started second, still holding strong. But in fourth place, the 00 car of Freddie Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get ready to roll again. Bill Fry's got the lead. He can start this race. J.C. Little runs the green flag out, and here comes Bill. Bill is going for the rough. I mean, that guy is driving off the racetrack and still taking the lead. Bill Fry's definitely got himself a battle, though. Scott Bloomquist on the low side has been absolutely perfect all night, has not had to run a single lap behind until Bill Fry took the lead. But look at this. Bill Fry is looking for the roughest course he can find, and it makes him go faster.
Bill Fry's picking up $100 for every lap that he leads. And if he could go all the way, he's going to take home a big payday here from the Dixie Speedway. But Scott Bloomquist, Jack Boggs, Freddie Smith, Terry Phillips there. And look at Phillips now going to the high side as he goes in that corner.
There's another excitement-filled race car. That number 75 car also started quite a bit back in the race tonight, and he has made incredible progress. Of course, he was a position or two ahead of where he is currently earlier. But the moves that Bill Fry have made, and now Freddie Smith on the outside of Jack Boggs has begun another move. I thought that car might just rest for a little bit and try to catch his breath from all the other things he's done. But look at this. Jack Boggs in the B4 car has got more than he can stand. As Jimmy Mosteller would say, right down his exhaust pipe. Here comes Freddie Smith again for another shot.
But now Jack Boggs begins to stand on it as he moves down through the number 3 and 4 turns. And it looks like this Bill Fry coming down. But now Freddie Smith going after Jack Boggs. Can he reach him?
One of the most exciting things about dirt track racing is you can look at a racetrack and think you've seen it all and then realize you haven't seen it all. Every racetrack is different. Every event is different. And Freddie Smith, who started 26th, is proving it. He's all the way up to 4th and battling for 3rd, chasing down Jack Boggs, one of the biggest winners of all types of races this season. And again, proof that the Havatampa Shootout is what you need to see if you want the most excitement in your life for dirt track late model racing. You can't get it any better than this. Terry Phillips out of Springfield, Missouri, coming down there out of turn 3 and into 4, still holding another line. Very similar to what Bill Fry has done every step of the way to get himself up to this level. And in fact, Terry is running almost exactly the same line, kind of high in the hard stuff in turn 4, a little bit high in turn 1, and then shooting back down for the low side, going through 2, shooting quickly and very fast down the back straight line. And now 71 laps are burned up by all of them as we look at all these cars coming through turn 4. And all of these guys have got to find a way to start to make that final move. We're down to 28 laps to go. Stan Massey out of Mableton, Georgia, one of those guys that could make it happen still. He's always making it happen on a racetrack, and you can't discount anything he does during a race until you see that final flag.
A lot of these drivers really trying to save their tires to the last 20 laps. But Rick Auckland and the Ralph Curtis equipment really holding on. Here's Ronnie Johnson now as he tries to gain more positions also, but he's back in the pack.
Ronnie Johnson running in 5th, with Dale McDowell back there in 6th position. And, of course, that's a battle that could determine quite a bit of money for both of them. Clint Smith, the guy that needs to get ahead of Ronnie Johnson, seems to be back in the pack. Ronnie Johnson looks like he'll continue this race, and regardless of how he finishes, will retain his second place points finish in the Havatampa National Series tonight. Of course, that means a lot in the way of not only money, but it also still means a lot in the prestige of it. Here's the battle with Dale McDowell, Jimmy. Look at him going inside. G2 David Gibson coming into the race. Now he's going strong to the outside. He's going to the high side. It's like, don't scare me too much, but let me into that rough, and I'll run for my life. There they go.
That's exactly what's happening, but as we were talking about that high side earlier in the race, if it would stay just smooth enough, they could throw those wheels up in that loose stuff, get a good firm bite, They shoot off of those corners like being shot out of a gun.
Bill Fry in front of Scott Bloomquist. That's your second place car now. B4 of Jack Boggs is third, and behind him, Freddie Smith still holding on to fourth.
10 laps remaining. It's still anybody's race, but it's going to be hard to reel in that number 66 of Bill Fry.
Bill Fry, unless some mechanical gremlin gets a hold of him and his car, has got himself on a path to victory and glory tonight. This is one of the great comeback stories in Havatampa Dirt Racing Series history, because Bill Fry has not won a race on this racetrack since the July qualifier in 1994, and has had more trouble on this racetrack than anybody, it seems like, ever since, other than Freddie Smith. And Freddie Smith is on the inside here. Here comes the 66. I believe that is Bill Fry going around Darrell Lanigan right there. Bill, of course, picking off the lap traffic one by one as they keep flying by. Looking a little loose there, way up on the high side in turn 1 and 2. Boy, that is rough looking up there, Jimmy.
He does live reckless. He does live reckless. Let me tell you, when you're running over 100 miles an hour getting up in that loose stuff, look at this, Scott Bloomquist now. Scott gets high. Is someone else going to reel him in?
Scott has decided, now enough is enough. I'm coming after you, Bill. Get ready, because here I come, and I'm not afraid to tell you about it. Look at that. He's jumped to the high side now. They both stayed low. They both made incredible progress all through this race, but Bill was the first to take that move, go to the outside, and we've got 5 laps to go with him still trying to hold off Scott, but Scott is coming after him. Scott Bloomquist is a champion. He wants a win.
On the inside, there goes Freddie Smith to the inside of Jack Boggs.
He's moving into third.
Freddie Smith on the inside of Boggs.
It's incredible what Freddie Smith has done in this race. He has increased the most positions in this race, but Bill Fry's also started deep back there. The 66 car of Johnny Burton is also still a little bit of a factor back there to pick up one more position, it looks like, possibly over Clint Smith. But that's not the Bill Fry car that's winning this race. He's right here in turn 1 with Scott Bloomquist.
There he goes.
Eating dirt and chasing down. Here comes Scott. He's racing inside of him. Here comes Scott. Here he is. He almost had him again.